Source told CBS News authorities believe they found human remains in the area where authorities are searching for Laundrie.
The suspected human remains were found in an area that used to be underwater. Authorities are investigating whether those remains are Laundrie. The Laundrie family attorney said some of his belongings were found this morning near a trail he frequently visited in a Florida park. Laundrie is a person of interest in his fiancée Gabby Petito's disappearance. Petito left for a crossroad trip in July but did not return from the trip with Laundrie. Her body was found in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming.
The coroner's report confirmed her cause of death was strangulation and the manner was homicide. The coroner believed Gabby's body was outside for 3 to 4 weeks before it was discovered. Authorities have been searching for Brian Laundrie for weeks. The FBI said it will make an announcement on today's update around 4:30.
The White House shared a detailed plan on how the nation will get children ages 5 to 11 years old vaccinated.
Kids who get vaccinated could be fully vaccinated by Christmas.
WFMY News 2's Avery Powell spoke with Triad Health Departments about this plan. And Avery, some Triad providers will be part of the first wave giving out this vaccine to kids.
Well, the Guilford County Health Department says they will start giving out the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to kids ages 5 to 11 years old once they get official guidance from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, and that could come as soon as the second week of November. Now, on Tuesday, NCDHHS sent out a letter asking providers if they wanted to be in the first wave of the 3-wave rollout for that age group. The Guilford County Health Department has not confirmed if they will be part of the first wave. The Forsyth County Health Department says they will be part of that wave and will get 3,900 initial doses. There are about 20,000 children in that age group who are expected to get the shot in Forsyth County. The health director says they have the capacity to give 2,500 doses per day, 5 days a week, plus 1 Saturday per month.
We're in a much different place than we were last January and February, where there was very few providers of the vaccine in the whole state. So, we're encouraging people to get the vaccine, and we're ready.
The FDA's advisory committee will meet next week to discuss granting emergency use authorization. Once that is approved, doses can be shipped, but they cannot be administered until the CDC gives the okay, which could be the first week of November. Atrium Health, Wake Forest Baptist, and Novant Health both said they will be offering the vaccine to that age group, but they cannot confirm to me today whether they will be in that first wave.
Thank you, Avery. The number of people in the hospital with coronavirus is plummeting. This graph shows Cone Health patients. You can see the drastic decline at the end. Today, the hospital system says it's treating 86 patients. It's 39 fewer than 2 weeks ago. On the county level, there are 72 patients in Guilford County. This number is 38 fewer than this time 2 weeks ago. That means the county has shaved off a third of its numbers in just 14 days. We'll dig deeper into the state's number to see how it compares tonight at 6.
Now to an update on a story we followed closely this week. Officials with Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools says bus drivers will not walk out on Friday. There have been reports that some bus drivers were planning a walkout over their salaries. District leaders met with drivers today, and officials tell us it was a good meeting. District officials say bus drivers, their main concern was feeling appreciated and earning a dollar amount that shows their importance to the district. District leaders reminded drivers they have access to a $1,000 bonus that was granted to all employees in the district. Officials say 2 other bonuses will be offered this December and next May. The district tells us bus drivers made it clear the last thing they want to do is impact student success by having a walkout.
Randolph County school employees will get a COVID bonus. The Board of Education unanimously passed a resolution providing a one-time $5,000 bonus to full-time employees. New employees hired between October and January 10th will get a $2,500 bonus. Substitutes qualify for a bonus as well, as long as they work 20 full-time days between October and January of next year. The district says the bonuses are meant to help retain current employees and bring in new employees at a time when it's difficult for schools to build their staff.
The Guilford County School Board wants county commissioners to add a $1.7 billion bond package to the ballots for voters this March. If voters pass it, the money will be used to complete the $2 billion master plan to renovate and repair the county's dilapidated schools. Last year, voters approved a smaller bond.
Out of the $2 billion need, they only saw fit to put $300 million on the ballot. That passed overwhelmingly. But at the same time, that's a bandage approach. We want to do what's right for our schools. We want to do what's right for our students and what's right for our teachers.
Commissioner Skip Alston says they'll make a decision on the bond at their next meeting on November 4th.
The reward for an unsolved murder case from 2019 is now up to $5,000. Sincere Davis was 18 years old and a star student athlete at Page High School. Back in March of 2019, police found Davis suffering from a gunshot wound. EMS transported him to the hospital where he later died. Police asked anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 336-373-1000. Nicholas Cruz, the man who confessed to the 2018 school mass shooting in Florida, pled guilty to all charges today. Cruz pleaded guilty to 17 counts of premeditated murder and 17 counts of attempted murder. The shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in Parkland, Florida, was the deadliest high school shooting in U.S. history. During his hearing, Cruz did speak on the stand.
I'm trying my best to maintain my composure, and I just want you to know I'm really sorry. And I hope you give me a chance to try to help others. If I believe it's your decision to decide where I go and whether I live or die. Not the jury's. I believe it's your decision. I'm sorry.
Cruz's attorneys are asking for a life sentence, but he will likely go before a jury because his death penalty is still a possibility.
If your car has needed gas recently, you've probably noticed the price hike at the pump. According to Gas Buddy, Greensboro is seeing prices at a 7-year high. So I asked you on Facebook what else you've noticed increasing. Joan says hairspray, 12 ounces of Aussie was $3.75 and now 7 ounces is $3.75. Ann has noticed cat litter is up $2 to $3 a container. Nikki, meat prices. Richard also noticed meat prices as well as milk and dog food. Sharia just put everything. And then Kenny added my blood pressure. I had to add in that last one. Yeah, I had to add in that last one.
I agree with that.
I mean, so many people one said meat prices or pet food, like dog or cat food, and then the majority said everything. They've just seen price hikes galore.
It is. I will tell you my personal battle with the gas thing, which I know all I'm doing is hurting myself, but I hate to spend over about $45. I have a SUV, so it's a bigger tank, you know. I hate to spend over that. There's something mental about $45 plus, so I won't fill my tank all the way. If that won't fill it up, I stop there at $45.
Wow.
Just because I get mad at how you know, there were times I remember when I filled up for $25 and now it's way up there.
And at least you think about it, because me, once I get down towards like the light and the E, I just go to the nearest gas station, whatever is near me. So I should probably think more about it. And I was thinking about going home this weekend to see my parents, and I'm like, I might as well get a plane ticket for how much it's going to cost to drive 4 hours to Virginia and back.
Yeah, or go on the train too, the Amtrak. Can't you do that too?
Yeah, that's a suggestion.
So mine is, it's not that I check prices at the pumps, it's that when I'm filling up, I stop at 45 no matter where.
Just no
is.
matter where?
Yeah, even if it's only 3/4 of a tank or whatever, I'm like, I'm not spending any more than
But
that.
doesn't that mean you just have to keep getting out of the car to pump?
That's what I said.
I don't like pumping gas, so I couldn't do that.
I am just hurting myself, but it makes me mad to pay that much. So
what works for you?
it's all up here. And there's not much up here.
Yeah, remember when we were working from home and you didn't have to pay all that for gas? It was we saved so much money on gas.
So much money. And eating at home, I remember I looked, I was like, oh my gosh, I could actually save
It's
money.
wild.
Tells you what you should be doing and not what you're doing. All right, let's check in with Monique, see what's happening with the forecast.
Well, it's been chilly across the triad. Starting out the day, we've had these really cold mornings, but also dry days. This is a look at our satellite and radar, where if you zoom in a little bit closer to over North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, you see a wintry mix. But here at home, we're not talking about that. It's been clear skies, nice dry conditions across the board. This is a look at Appalachian State at this time lapse. I know a lot of folks are going to be heading down there for a big game, I hear, later today, but plenty of blue skies throughout the course of your Wednesday, and I'm expecting a very similar picture to at least start the day tomorrow. And then as we transition into the latter part of your Thursday, things will get a little bit different. But like I said, current conditions out the door right now, plenty of clear skies, feeling good outside right now, a little bit warmer as compared to yesterday and the previous day, but I'm not complaining. 77 in Greensboro, 77 as well in Winston-Salem. When I take a step back here and you look to the foothills, 70 70 in Boone, so significantly cooler when we look towards the west, but we often expect that during this time of year in the mountains. However, elsewhere, things are a little bit cooler, and as we transition into the weekend, I'm expecting for these numbers to stick around in the 70s. More details on the forecast coming up. Life comes with so many choices, but some choices are just so big they could literally change your life forever. This week, I met a phenomenal woman who was at a crossroads many years ago, choosing to pursue her love for art or STEM. She chose science, and if animals could talk, I think they'd thank her.
How many people really truly ever get to see a tiger in their life, or meet a tiger, or have eye contact with an animal like that? And when you have those moments, they create a new level of power and appreciation.
Jessica Huffman is no stranger to jumping into cages with wildlife and making friends with animals most would run away from.
I grew up as a farm kid in Wisconsin, and so pretty much from the moment I could walk, I was having to feed calves or carry water buckets or cut hay.
Now she's leading all animal operations at the Greensboro Science Center as the Vice President of Animal Care and Welfare.
Kids' reactions are the best ones by far. I think they remind us, as adults, how we should be sometimes.
She recalls as a teenager not wanting to pursue this career.
I didn't want to be dirty, and I didn't want to do these hard things. And then, after I got through my couple of years of that, I just developed a whole new appreciation for animals.
Huffman says she owes her change of heart to her teachers.
They would take anybody interested out bird watching at 5 in the morning, or, let's go look at this wetland reclamation and talk about it. And I had one teacher that even did just wilderness adventure trips on the weekends.
Now, Huffman is an expert on every living thing in the center, from okapi to flamingos.
And we'll stand on one to give one leg a rest, stand on the other to give a leg a rest. So it's just an adaptation for their structure, but those long skinny legs are really helpful for other things.
For Huffman, they aren't just animals, they're more like family to her.
I don't have kids, which a lot of our staff do, but to me, this gives me that same feeling.
She says watching them grow older can be challenging at times.
Sometimes these things can come as a surprise where you're like, but yesterday you ate well, you looked great, you were doing great, and now all of a sudden, and those ones that you just can't prepare for it.
But she says those experiences teach all caretakers a valuable life lesson.
With the bad comes the good, and so it's just building your resiliency that this is life is full circle, and I think it makes you a stronger person, it makes you a stronger woman to handle what life is going to throw at you in the future.
Yeah, Jessica was really a sweet woman. I was having a conversation with her off camera right after the interview, and she was saying to me how she's actually working on a children's book right now, talking about the animals and using her artwork. Wow. She's an artist as well. She does that on the side, and I said, wow, that's so amazing. You could have told me that on camera. She's like, she's working on it on the side.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, that's so full circle there.
What a talented person too. I mean, super talented to be able to do all that. I love how passionate she is about the animals, because that's exactly what you have to be if you're in that type of position.
And what a fun job that must be, because animals give people so much joy. We enjoy going to the zoo. To be able to do that every day and be behind the scenes and just see how everything works, that has to be awesome.
Yeah, and I love how you're talking about these are her kids, and she really does have a huge love for them and a deep connection with them.
Even if you have pets, you have your nickname for your pets. So we were walking around the science center, and she's calling nicknames out to the okapi and to the flamingo and stuff like that. It was really fun.
That's a lot of kids to keep track of.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, seriously, it's very stressful.
Might call them the wrong name.
I thought I was busy with 4. Not anymore. Not anymore. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're coming right back. Stay there. All right, parents, if you have a high school senior this year or maybe one in college, you already know how confusing the Fafsa form can be. I know the words.
Using the right tax information, that is sometimes an issue as well. Right now, students are completing their Fafsa for next year, which is the 2022-23 academic year. It's going to use 2020 tax information. So sometimes families use the wrong year.
Right, that's Christy Chestnut with Salem College. She says also you have to make sure you use something that's very important. It's called the IRS retrieval tool that saves massive amounts of time.
There is a process called the IRS data retrieval tool, and that will actually make it a lot easier for families to do the FAFSA. It makes sure you've got the right tax year of information, as well as the right fields that you're trying to pull. Sometimes you're looking at the FAFSA and it says to give a certain number, and you're like, oh, well, it says this line, but that doesn't make sense. I'm going to put this number here instead. And so using the data retrieval tool can really make a difference.
And I'll tell you, for me, with multiple kids in school at the same time with the twins, it will save the data that would apply to both kids for you. So it says, do you have another child in school? You can click, I literally just did this today. And then you click on it and it will take you to that and fill in most of it for you, because the tax information is what, you don't know that. You have to go back and look all that stuff up. So it can be confusing.
It can be a headache, and you definitely don't want to wait till the last minute to do something like this, because I was looking on the website. They said there's like so many mistakes that you can make.
Yes.
The list was literally this long, like people not even signing their name in certain places.
They forget to do that. And I will tell you, if you don't fill it out, and it doesn't matter what you make, a lot of people say, well, on paper I might make too much, and what you still do it, because your financial picture can change every year. You have to do it every year, not just when they go to college.
I'm so thankful that I had this when I was in school. It really did help, my parents. And I know it's difficult, and you don't want to sit there, and it takes a long time. It's a process, but trust me, you don't want to have to deal with student loans on the back end.
Don't leave money on the table.
Yeah, I recently, thank God, I'm done with my master's program. So I'm doing that every semester, all the time. So we're very thankful that that is over and that is behind us. But now the loans are in front of us, and I'm a little bit worried about that.
You'll be fine. It is a long form, though, isn't it, Monique?
Yes, certainly it is. It's a lot of questions and a lot of asking, Mom, Dad, do you have this paper, this form, this? Yeah.
Don't wait till the last minute.
No, that's for sure.
Not a good idea.
And here's another reminder for you: to borrowers with federal loans, repayments start at the beginning of February. The U.S. Department of Education paused repayments of federal student loans due to the pandemic. The pause was extended through January 31st of next year. Before payments start up again, make sure your contact information is accurate on your student loan profile. Use the loan simulator to find a repayment plan that works for you. And there are income-driven repayment plans you can select to help make payments affordable. We'll be right back.
Well, we haven't needed the umbrella over the last several days, but certainly maybe a hoodie or a light jacket. The temperatures have certainly enough been on the cool side. 66 on Sunday. It was really cold. I was out there really late night on Sunday doing the 11 p.m. It was freezing outside. High pressure across the area nestled has been keeping us on the quiet side when we talk about weather. As it shifts further away from us, we'll expect to get these winds out of the south and west, which will warm us up. Just behind it, a cold front will sweep its way through much of the East Coast. This thing has been trekking across much of the country. It's going to be making its way through the Triad, timing out on Friday and bringing in a possibility of a stray shower or storm. No severe weather threat with this thing. And in fact, this front won't cool us down significantly. It looks as though models are milding things back a bit and keeping us more like 70 as we go over the next couple of days. So for tonight, we're dropping down to the 40s once again. If you're an early riser, you're definitely going to want to bundle up because it's going to be another chilly start to the day. Tomorrow's 78. I'm forecasting for that high. And as we go throughout the course of the day, the real interest is during the afternoon, things will get a little bit breezier as compared to what we're feeling today. So the temperatures are going to warm up, a little bit of additional cloud cover for the latter part of the day. More details on the forecast and the 7-day coming up.
Hello, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie. They forever go together like a classic combination. Okay.
Developing news in the search for Brian Laundrie. A law enforcement source told CBS News authorities believe they found human remains in the area where authorities are searching for Laundrie.
The suspected human remains were found in an area that used to be underwater. Authorities are investigating whether those remains are Laundrie. The family attorney said some of his belongings were found this morning near a trail he frequently visited in a Florida park. Laundrie is a person of interest in his fiancée Gabby Petito's disappearance. Petito left for a cross-country road trip in July but did not return from the trip with Laundrie. Her body was found in Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming.
The coroner's report confirmed her cause of death was strangulation and the manner was homicide. The coroner believes Gabby's body was outside for 3 weeks to 4 weeks before it was discovered. Authorities have been searching for Brian Laundrie for weeks. The FBI said it will make an announcement on today's updates anytime now. We'll bring it to you live on air. A light at the end of the tunnel for families waiting to get their children vaccinated against COVID-19. The White House shared a detailed plan for what's to come if the FDA authorizes Pfizer's vaccine for children 5 to 11. The North Carolina Health Department is already in the planning stages of how doses shipped to our state will be distributed. On Tuesday, the department sent out a letter asking providers if they wanted to be in the first wave of the 3-wave rollout for the age group. The Guilford County Health Department has not confirmed if they will be part of this first wave. The Forsyth County Health Department says they will be part of the wave and will get 3,900 initial doses. Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist says some of their providers will offer the shot to the age group but have not confirmed which ones. Navant Health says their pediatric clinics will also include this vaccine but could not confirm if they will be part of the first wave. Until kids can get fully vaccinated, Guilford County schools will still require masks. The school board voted last night to extend the mask mandate for at least another month. A new state law requires school boards to revisit their mask policies every month.
It seems like every day we're seeing another cyber attack. With it being Cybersecurity Awareness Month, it's a good time for a reminder on how to protect yourself from hackers. And we'll get to that story in just a minute. But now we want to get to some breaking news. We've been waiting on that press conference from the FBI about possible human remains found that it could be connected to the Brian Laundrie case. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Michael McPherson. I'm the Special Agent in charge of the FBI Tampa Division. As you're aware, the FBI and the Northport Police Department and our state and local law enforcement partners have been searching the area of the Carlton Reserve for Brian Laundrie, a person of interest in the murder of Gabby Petito. Earlier today, investigators found what appears to be human remains, along with personal items such as a backpack and notebook belonging to Brian Laundrie. These items were found in an area that up until recently had been underwater. Our evidence response team is on scene using all available forensic resources to process the area. It's likely the team will be on scene for several days. I know you have a lot of questions, but we don't have all the answers yet. We are working diligently to get those answers for you. We are grateful for the dedication and professionalism of the Northport Police Department, along with our partners from the state and local agencies. Complex investigations such as this cannot be accomplished by one agency alone, but there are just too many agencies to name them all here today. Portions of the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park and Carlton Reserve will remain closed to the public until further notice. This is an active and ongoing investigation, so we ask the public to maintain distance from any law enforcement personnel, equipment, vehicles, and other related activity for the safety of the public and to protect the integrity of our work. We have no additional comment related to today's activities. Our FBI Denver office is the lead investigative agency, and all future inquiries should be directed to them. We appreciate the tremendous support from the public and continue to ask for your assistance in bringing this investigation to close. Thank you.
Was the backpack found near the bottom? Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby! Justice for...
And we just had a little bit of a update on the Brian Laundrie case from the FBI. We didn't really get to hear much from them. They were kind of tight-lipped about it, but he did tell us that there were human remains found in that Florida park that they're at. They're closing it off to the public as they continue their investigation, and that was all the comment. Of course, we're going to keep you updated as that investigation continues and keep you updated on air and online. But Monique, we want to check in with you with a look at the forecast.
Heading outside right now, we do have plenty of sunshine wherever you are across Guilford County or even Forsyth County. You're just looking at sunshine, a very pretty blue over Truist Field. Same picture we're seeing down there at Wake Forest University. Overall weather conditions, can't complain if you're heading out the door. Now, if you're heading out early, it is quite chilly and you're going to certainly need to bundle up. But overall, as we move into the evening hours, we're going to see that same drop down once again. Very chilly temperatures, so warming up in the afternoon, chilly in the overnight hours. Mostly clear skies, upper 40s, 42 dropping down in Reedsville. Quite chilly there for tonight. And then as we look over towards the foothills, a little bit warmer in some locations as compared to yesterday, but overall it's still going to need to bundle up if you are going to be out late night or early in the morning. I did want to pick up and show you guys once again, these wind gusts are going to be peaking at times throughout the day on Thursday. As that cold front does approach our area, we do expect these winds to kind of pick up a bit. You can see by Thursday afternoon, we're seeing wind gusts kind of off around 20 miles per hour coming out of the south and west. So that will help to warm us up just a little bit by the afternoon. So oftentimes when we get that wind out of the south, that helps to warm us up just a little bit more. So back around the upper 70s, nothing really much of a change, but overall we're just seeing a little bit of a warmer trend. And here's a look at that 7-day.
Okay, now we want to get back to that Cyber Security Awareness Month story. It's a good time for a reminder on how to protect yourself from hackers. If you think you're not at risk, well, think again. The Federal Trade Commission says they got about 1.4 million reports of identity theft in 2020. That's double from 2019. And cyber crimes can be costly. Cybersecurity Ventures predicts damage costs are about $6 trillion a year globally. It's a major concern that experts say impacts people and small businesses alike. Ron Pierce with Trinity Solutions Incorporated says to get ready because as the economy declines, things will only get worse.
What we're seeing is a lot of small and medium-sized businesses are not taking cybersecurity seriously, but you've just got to stay vigilant. You've got to keep focused.
Now, Pierce adds if your software is anywhere from 3 to 5 years old, it needs to be updated. His best advice for small businesses is to have the IT company or whoever does your computer support to come in and at least once a year to check everything. He really said it's scary to think about this cyber warfare that's going on and how that's really a big threat. He said to me, you know, it used to be you're worried about nuclear war, but now he said it is cyber war.
And it makes you feel so helpless because we don't know how to, you know, how to fight that. I mean, you just have to be as safe as you can.
Yeah, all you can do is, you know, protect yourself, and when you're at work, be careful of all those links that you want to click on. Double check everything and be safe.
And it's everywhere, like even on social media, those fake profiles. Do you ever get those messages like, hello, my name is so-and-so, and I'd like to work with you one day, or I saw your profile and you'd be interested in this. And sometimes they seem like real people. So some people might actually respond back. So.
Also, if you're doing it on your phone, there's a slip of the finger if you hit that link.
That too.
That's all it takes.
It is scary, so be careful.
We got some positive words with Coach Lamont. When you think of a fugitive, you most likely think of someone on a most wanted list. Coach Lamont asks us to reconsider who could be a fugitive and what they could be stealing from your life.
Would you ever harbor a fugitive, someone proven guilty of stealing, killing, and destroying lives? Yeah, I hear you. Me neither. That is until I realized that I already was. I was the fugitive I was hiding. I was guilty of stealing my own peace, killing my dreams, and destroying my own destiny. Like so many of us, I was hiding the person that was guilty of doing it all. I had to realize that my own fears were holding me hostage and keeping me from truly living my best life. Can you identify? What areas of your life are you harboring the enemy of your soul? Expose that nature and refuse to allow it to take residence in your life. You can never fully be free until you stop harboring the weapons that are destroying your own destiny. Let go today and step into your freedom. It's waiting. This is Coach Lamont reminding you to have your best you day. I'll see you tomorrow.
What words of wisdom do you have for us today?
Well,
you know, you always have a great
I was
story.
listening to that, and I just thought that could be summarized by just saying you're your own worst enemy.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's all of it. You're probably more critical of ourselves than other people are. And I know that if I do something, if I have a bad show or something doesn't work and I'm beating myself up, then it'll take somebody else to go, I didn't even, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're overthinking and they're like, I didn't even notice.
I didn't notice, right.
You flubbed over a word.
Exactly.
We just get in our own way sometimes. I know that I'm guilty of that sometimes too, and that can actually have long-term effects to prevent you from achieving your dreams or just certain things that you want in life because you're too in your head.
Yeah. Man, I just want Coach Lamont to just come to my house every morning and give me a little pep talk so I can get through the day.
Wake up to morning words of affirmation. He really should create an app where every morning you just press the button and it's him being, be your best you day. And then like give like a...
I see like a commercial with like any of us like waking up, walking in the kitchen, he's already sitting there, you're like, whoa!
Like,
and then he's,
don't be a fugitive.
Right. I made you some coffee. Sit down.
Release the change.
Okay, but if he creates an app, I feel like we need some percentages.
We're on it.
We're giving you an idea. Yeah, it was my idea. I get the cut.
I was trying to get in on that.
Kick back. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. You know, this is unlike any other local film festival that you've ever seen, and the UNCG Dance Film Festival. It's coming up soon, and by the way, it's free of charge. The festival celebrates all types of dance. It's in its 7th year now. I spoke with the director, Robin Gee, about the centerpiece of this year's festival.
The first day is featuring a dance documentary, which we've never done. So we generally don't feature dance documentaries, but this one is special. It's called Uprooted, the Journey of Jazz Dance, and it's looking at the history of jazz dance from its African roots to the present. And it features an array of interviews with celebrities from Chita Rivera to Debbie Allen to, you know, the early Fosse dancers, and UNCG is featured in it. So I'm actually in the film talking about the Africanist principles of jazz dance, and they came to UNCG and they filmed my class. They filmed me teaching, and they did an interview. And this film is pretty much a global sensation.
So Robin said that they're beyond excited for this year's films, which, by the way, come from 23 different countries. She said it's all about expression.
In this post-pandemic world, we've seen that people are really using the camera, their phone, to express themselves, right? It's a way to kind of deal with trauma. It's a way for us to reconnect with one another. We're excited that we are able to do it face to face again. And I would love for people to walk away getting excited again about both dance and film and thinking about new ways to express themselves.
So we're talking about dancing, and I decided to ask you on Facebook, tell me your favorite dance when you were growing up. Here's what you had to say. We were all over the place today. Pamela said the electric slide because it was cool, period. End of discussion. Sharon says the twist. I was born in 1956. Susie said the hustle because I grew up in the 70s. Dwayne said the electric slide because everyone knew how it was done. We'd all jump in at the same time. I saw Tanya Rivera off to the side doing the sprinkler. Yes, I saw that. The lawnmower, that's always a good one. That's not.
Oh yeah, the shopping
Those aren't real
cart.
dances though, right? That's just silliness. Or were they actual dances?
I think the sprinkler might have been. No?
No,
Okay.
yeah, Tanya said I don't think so.
All right,
either.
dance moves.
I can't
Because I
think of
danced
anything.
last
What?
week, so.
Okay, the
Tanya's
first one
doing
that comes to
Macarena.
mind is the Macarena. Oh, that's
That's
what you're
what
doing.
Tanya's doing over there.
That was like the first like choreographed dance I guess I learned.
Tootsie Roll. You remember the Tootsie Roll in the
Tootsie
90s?
Roll.
Hey, hey, Tootsie
Yeah.
Roll. Yeah, that was a good one.
So you might remember this. Remember when Crank That Soldier Boy came out?
Yeah.
Soldier Boy.
That was like
Is that the one where they go off to the
everybody at
side and go-
homecoming
Yeah.
was running into each other.
Oh
That
yeah,
was like
it
the
was
dance.
great. And then it was like we had so many like the WAP and Wobble.
All of the line dances.
wobble.
Yeah,
I like the
wobble,
wobble.
Cupid
Wobble.
Shuffle,
Yeah.
The
cha-cha
wobble's-
slide.
Wobble's the only. Oh, I forgot
slide.
about that.
Yeah.
That one, that was at every middle school dance.
And for PE, we even did it sometimes.
Did you really?
Yeah, we did cha-cha slide, chicken dance, all of that for PE.
My kids love the cha-cha slide. Like
Yeah.
that's Tyler
What is
and
it?
Drew's
Slide
thing.
to the left.
Yep. And
Slide
what was
to
that?
the right.
What was that? The Get Up. You remember a couple summers ago? It was oh my gosh. Can't think of the guy's
There's
name.
so many
now.
There's like
trends
a
these days.
biker's shuffle too. I never learned that one. Do y'all know that one?
No, I don't
Okay.
know that one.
So many.
We digress, though, don't we? I guess now we have to go to the break. Do your dance at home. Do your dance. Do your dance. We'll be right back.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. The Get Up. Do you know what the Get Up is, Tasha? She says she does.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
What kind of music is it?
Take it to the left now and dip. Something.
Yeah. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Remember this, the joy of the accomplishment, the social media posts all about the bread you just made. All right, well, folks are apparently no longer looking like that, but instead they're looking like, you ready? Look at it. It's going to change right there in the middle. Yeah, like that.
Oh.
They're like saying no more cooking, no more baking, and we're down with all things to do with the kitchen. Are you guys feeling that too?
I'm not. You know, I live in the kitchen.
You're always making.
Not at our house. My wife, bless her heart, cooks like 6 nights a week. She's,
Okay.
Yeah,
still cranking.
my husband cooks, I clean. So yeah, he still cooks.
Okay, so we're not feeling the fatigue, but let me tell you that the survey shows something very different. So according to a new One Poll survey, nearly half of Americans are ready to just kick their cooking routines to the curb. More than a third said their patience in the kitchen is now at an all-time low. And get this, nearly the same amount said that the pandemic has exhausted their love of cooking. So I got to tell you, I have a friend who said she feels that way, the down with the cooking, because she was like, every day during the pandemic, people were like, well, what are we having for breakfast? Well, what are we having for lunch? Well, what are we having for dinner? And she's like, I am not a takeout order cook. You people survived without me at home before, figure it out.
There's this thing called cereal. There's also sandwiches.
Yes, but when you look
TV
at your wallet,
well,
I'm telling you, it made a big difference.
Sure. So do the numbers and these kinds of feelings surprise you, or you just feel like it's the normal, like, you know, season?
I could see it being surprising because, you know, going out to eat as a treat is something you look forward to. And then I think in the beginning of the pandemic, people probably enjoyed spending time at home with their families. And now they're just like, I'm ready to get out. I want someone to serve me.
Right.
I don't want to do all this cooking and cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the one good point about all this, I got to tell you, is more than 3 in 4 said the past year and a half has created confidence in the kitchen, that they feel that they could actually do more. All right, so we're on to something else here. This is the question. Will takeout stay as high as it's been? According to Fortune.com, the National Restaurant Association found that 60% of U.S. adults, 71% of millennials, said they're more likely to get delivery now than they were before the pandemic. I don't think that's surprising, no?
No.
Well, here's my thing with takeout. I feel like they always mess up my order. There's
yeah.
always something wrong. I mean, I know that they're so busy these days and they have less workers, but I try not to do takeout anymore.
You have to check it before you leave, because
Yeah.
I don't do that. My wife does. She's better at that than I am, but
And
you got to check it.
if you get it delivered, you can't go back inside.
That's true.
No.
That's true.
All right, and it's about half and half at my house between takeout and eating at home. What do you do at home? Does cooking exhaust you? That's what we're going to ask all of you, because we've been able to weigh in on this. Are you on the takeout train? Are you still on the cooking train? You can put in your 2 cents on our Facebook page.
Well, if you haven't seen the full moon over the last several days, where have you been? The full moon peaked earlier today at 10:57 a.m. So if you step outside this evening, you might still be able to get a good glimpse of it. You may just want to look towards the east. Moonrise today at 6:55. So like I said earlier today, high pressure has been the dominant feature over the last several days. High pressure keeping things quiet, not really a much change in weather. But as this cold front that's currently situated over the central part of the United States continues to move closer here to home, we'll start to see a change in weather, starting off early in the day and the afternoon tomorrow with some breezy conditions. And then as we go towards the afternoon, we may see an increase in cloud cover. And then as we go through the course of our Friday, additional cloud cover and even a small chance of a stray shower or storm as that front makes its way across. Behind the front, temperatures will cool down once again, giving us more 70s for our 7-day. So for tomorrow, I'm expecting these numbers to climb back up again to the upper 70s. Here's one last look at that 7-day for this 4 p.m. hour. We're cooling down as we transition into the start of next week with some upper 60s, but overall it's a fairly good forecast over the next several days. Bundle up in the morning, take the jacket off by the afternoon.
14-year-old Basil Wilson died on September 20th on Randolph Avenue. Both were
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hi there, the 23-year-old spoke today apologizing. 1, 2, 3, spoke in court. Just apologized in court today.
Hi, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination.
Mic check, Brett. What's up, bro? Mic check. 45 is over. It's time for 5. I got my mask on still, sorry.
County Health Department will start giving out the Pfizer vaccine to children ages 5 to 11 years old. Once the FDA and CDC approve it, then they'll get more guidance from North.
I'm taking a few days off work this week. I thought this was a good time for a 4-day weekend. But what to do? I considered jumping in the car and going up north to visit my parents in Northern Virginia. But with both having busy work schedules and meetings, there wouldn't be a way for me to spend a lot of quality time with them. Many of my friends who still live in that area have families of their own. Between work and taking care of their kids, there just isn't a lot of time. Considering the circumstances, I thought it was best to stay here in the Triad. Yes, a staycation. Having days off from work doesn't mean you have to go somewhere to make it a vacation. Staycations cost less money and they reduce travel time. Best of all, you can be a tourist in your own backyard. There are so many places I have yet to check off on my long list of activities here in the Piedmont. The Greensboro Science Center, the Stephen Tanger for the Performing Arts, and let's not forget the never-ending list of restaurants and wineries. I haven't quite decided what I'll get into, but whatever I pick, I know it'll be a good time. If there's a place you've been dying to check out, go ahead and do it. You don't have to go far to make it an adventure. That's my 2 cents. That's your 4 to 5. WFNY News 2 at 5 starts now.
A big payday is coming to Randolph County school teachers. The school district approved bonuses for teachers who have worked through the pandemic.
The reward for full-time teachers, $5,000. WFNY News 2's Jalen Gilkey spoke to the superintendent about how they hope these bonuses